My name is Leonardo Santos Júnior. My talk is Spin Transporter non-Hermitian Quantum System. Non-Hermitian quantum mechanics is an extension of the standard quantum mechanics. It might provide a description of dissipative quantum system, although it is not the universal description of them. Recently, a quantity of inspired study in non-Hermitian physics has risen rapidly in condensed matter physics, non-Hermitian models, and exotic quantum many-body effect of non-Hermitian extension of the Kondo effect fermionic superfluid have been reported in non-Hermitian quantum spin system. The first model that I consider is the non-Hermitian two-dimensional non-Hermitian Weak lattice. The model of non-interactive 2D terms in the Weak lattice is given by the Hamiltonian, which was adequate for the ultra-cold atomic gas in optical lattice, photonic crystals, and coupled resonators. In this case, the Hamiltonian of the system, the K-space, is written in the form given by this equation, which the satisfy the commutation relation for n, mi, epsilon values. I, I have the phi key vector is given by this quantity, and theta is a matrix given by this equation where ni, mi, epsilon are non-Hermitian parameter coupling. The schema of the libret is given by in the figure. You have three different sites nominated represented by colors red, blue, and black. The blue arrows represent the Jalasinski moray connecting the three different sides on the lattice. I have, moreover, have three different sides nominated by letters A, B, and C. The energy bands of this model are given by solving of the cubic polynomial equation given by this equation, where we can solve this equation exactly, which solution is given by this equation, where A and B are very complicated forms. Moreover, I have the discriminant is given by this equation, where I have the complex root of zeta given by this equation. I have the dependence of the parameters on this equation given by the very complicated equation. At the end, I obtain the energy bands of the model given by three different bands given by this equation 10, where theta is given by this equation. The another model that I consider is the non-Hermitianism model given by this equation. In this case, the Hamiltonian is given by this equation, where I impose the periodic boundary condition given by this condition, and the Hamiltonian can be transformed in the form we perform the Jordan-Vig transformation given by the equation 15, where G is an operator satisfying this equation in obey the anti-commutation relation given by this equation. I obtain the Hamiltonian is written as in the form in the figure 2, I obtain the Drude-Wade behavior for the model, where the temperature here is an effective temperature. We obtain a Drude-Wade different from zero, for all values of t, indicating that the model is an ideal conductor for all values of t. I obtained a strong influence of the non-Hermitian coupling parent on the behavior of the curves, as shown in the figure. Taking the discrete Fourier transform, I obtain transform the G operator in the moment space, and the Hamiltonian can be written in the form I make the non-Hermitian Vogel-Bob transformation, introduce this transformation, and at the end we obtain the displacement relation of the quasi-particle given by this equation. In the figure 3, I obtain the behavior of the regular part of the spin conductivity, where I obtain the different spin peaks in a strong influence of the non-Hermitian parameter delta on the behavior of the regular part of the conductivity. The non-Hermitian spin transport, I introduce the response function given by this equation where the parentheses in occurs time and commutation to establish the link between the responsive function and the correlation function. We have the non-Hermitian dynamic susceptibility as the Fourier transform of this equation. In forward, we have the wave-vector-dependent susceptibilities given by this equation. From continuing to equation for the spin coherent, I obtain the susceptibility given by this equation. 28. We introduce the representation of the spin coherent operator in terms of spin operators given by this equation 29. I obtain the correlation function for the spin coherent, and at the end, we obtain the regular part of the longitudinal spin conductivity given by this equation, where I have a strong influence of the specialized flat model on longitudinal spin conductivity, only to give rise to a Dirac delta-like peak at frequency omega equal omega k, where omega k is the plane mode of each case. We obtain this behavior for the regular part of the spin conductivity, regular part for the 2D non-Hermitian Wiglet's model of fermions, where we obtain a divergence of the spin conductivity, where when omega tends to zero, that corresponds to DC limit, indicating an ideal spin transport for the DC current. We get the regular part of the conductive sigma continuous conductive in the context of Hermitian quantum mechanics given by this equation, and the Drude weight given by this equation, where n is the occupation number of bosons and fermions, respectively. We obtain the temperature in the Drude weight is in really the effective temperature that is given by the equation 37, where the susceptibility can be split in real and imaginary part given by as follows. We get the Drude weight behavior for the 2D non-Hermitian Librets model where obtained brood weight non-zero for all values of temperature, indicating an ideal conductivity for or superconductivity for all values of temperature or effective temperature. I have the green function of the model is defined by this equation, and the Bayer propagation is given by the equation 42. Uh, and the longitudinal spin conductivity given by the equation. As a conclusion, we analyze the transport the 2D non-Hermitian librets and living model, which are important models of quantum dissipative system. The analysis for the x-axis the model may be made in the future work. As far as I know, there is no experimental result that investigates the influence of energy band on spin conductivity for the non-Hermitian model considered here. However, the rapid advance of experimental techniques in the last years has allowed the study of many systems in more complex lattice geometries. In a general way, in quantum spin systems, either real fields or complex fields generate a splitting of the general ground state, where the spins are aligned along the direction of the external magnetic field. Thank you very much for your attention.